What is going on, my YouTube homies? What's up? I am out here in the garage, in the shop, hanging out, maxing, relaxing. A couple of fools playing some b-ball out by the schools when a couple of boys who were up to no good started trouble in my neighborhood. I am actually here today. This was kind of unannounced, untalked about, but I wanted to let everybody know I'm going to be starting I've done a lot of lives on YouTube here on Saturday nights. Saturday nights are getting too crazy for me, and so what I'm going to start doing is a live on Wednesday. What's today? Wednesday, Hump Day. I want to give a special shout out to my boy over at Doonin' It Apparel. Nothing. You didn't miss anything, Cody. Just doing a little live here, buddy. I was shouting out my Doonin' It Apparel guys. Go over to dooninit.com, I think it is, and chat with those guys. And David Boyd. Let's get David Boyd on the phone because we need to chat with this guy. What's up, Core Daddy? Thanks for stopping by, my brother. I just spent the last hour with David Boyd on the computer right now. We were trying to bring you a really nice, refined live experience tonight. It didn't go as planned. I'm having all kinds of technical issues with my computer. Dave had it last time. He's getting his stuff just finalized, worked out really nice. And I just realized that my computer is lacking when it comes to bringing some really good streaming content. However, I wanted to bring you guys something sweet. Can you guys see that? Nissan Nation podcast scratched out. Now it says productions right there. So, I changed my sponsorship. William, what's up, my brother? Tonight we're chatting. We're chatting about the sweet new 2021 Frontier. I couldn't pass up this opportunity to talk about this thing. Hold on a second. We got someone special on the phone. David Boyd, you there?
What is up, buddy? What's going on, man?
What's up? Dave Boyd's here via phone because my computer sucks.
Now it's your turn.
Charles Nickel, what's up, my bro? Hey, guys, you haven't missed anything. We're just starting up here. I had to talk about the Frontier real quick. The 2021 leaked photo by Nissan Nation Productions. I am, of course, a co-host on the formerly Nissan Nation podcast, now Nissan Nation Productions. And me and Dave had this photo that just recently got leaked out. We had it for a long time. There's a lot of talk, chatter across the internets about it. And I got to weigh in. I wasn't able to be on the live with Dave. And, he did his video, put it out. It's getting huge traction. A lot of people are sharing it. So I'm here. It's my chance to chat. And we recorded something last night together, and it recorded 40 seconds. It was pure gold, and I effed it up. I pulled a Dave.
Fat finger Danny.
Yep. So Dave is with me via cell phone because my technology sucks right now. We're totally going to test drive that truck any minute, any day now. But don't worry, Core Daddy. My computer situation is just as terrible as yours. Dave, let's talk 2021 Frontier. Possibility, speculations. What? Okay, so I think everybody has probably seen your video by now. If not, you're missing out. Go to the Nissan Nation Productions YouTube, check it out. It's a great video. Shows the new truck, the speculated new truck, the possibility of a new Frontier. But Dave, I wanted to talk a little bit tonight. One about, what caused us to bring this picture out now. And, kind of why it took so long. And then I really want to dive into the styling, all the stuff on the truck, and talk about the truck itself as much as possible. A Monster, what's up, brother?
Well, let's see, Danny. The moon was in line with Venus, and Saturn was in its final orbit.
You said Venus, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I did say
Okay,
Venus,
just making sure.
But when this constellation is in effect, it brings out crazy things, dude. And when crazy things happen, frontiers pop out.
Yeah, absolutely. We've like I said before, we've had this picture for a while, but forcing Nissan's hand is my guess. You know what? That's one of that played into it a huge bunch. So you know what? We've really wanted to. We wanted to bring it to the people for one, right, Dave? Like we want the people to see this picture. Of course, we've wanted it for a long time.
Yeah, man, we've had this thing for probably, and our source, they wanted it out. We wanted to bring it out, but in the meantime, Nissan's like, "Hey, don't do that, please." And we respected their wishes for quite a while, because if we would have done this 9-10 months ago, it would have gave Toyota and the other manufacturers a chance to see where Nissan was heading. And not that right now Nissan's been a factor in the automotive world of like setting trends, but they've got plans, you know. And this potential, this Mo, as I like to call it, because we don't know if it's a full Nismo, so it's just a Mo.
It's a Mo, yeah. The Mo version, the Frontier Mo version.
It's got the potential to be like a mini sort of Ford Raptor, and which it would be a game changer right now in the mid-size market, because Ford is scared enough to bring a Ranger out, let alone have the balls to do a full Raptor in that little truck. And Nissan's like, hold my beer, buddy. We're going all in.
Yeah, and that's kind of, you know, these are all things that cause us to bring it out, and you know, I'm stoked that we're able to bring it. So, without further ado, I want to let me see how I'm going to do this, because I had a super sweet thing. I got all the technology, but it ended up almost crashing my computer, and everything went choppy as soon as we started streaming stuff. So I started a video private. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook some things up real quick. Let's see here. Let's see if my computer blows up.
Easy now. Don't blow it up.
Let's see here. Let me pull the picture up on my second screen.
Oh, you're getting choppy.
Am I getting choppy?
A little bit.
Okay. All right. Here's what we're gonna do.
Have fun up on your phone.
You know what? I got something slightly better than my phone.
Okay.
We're going to.
You need a projector on that back white truck. You can just project it.
We're going to do this. It's going to be real sketchy, guys. Oh. Is this working? Let's see if this works. Let's see.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I'm blacking out. Everything's blacking out right now. It's gonna happen. Hold on. This is the pinnacle, the pinnacle of technology right now.
This is very DagrootX.
Yeah, this is how every project I've done. Oh no, the picture disappeared. Hold on. Let's get this picture. Oh, we're cooking with fire now, guys. We're cooking with fire. All right, everybody can see this. You can see me now. I want to point some things out. All right. So one, Dave, you're still there, right?
I'm still here, buddy.
Okay, so one thing that I started noticing recently, and this didn't hit me officially or originally, when I'm going to send you a new computer and all. This is great, right, guys? This is internet gold.
I love this, Danny.
So one thing, so the new Pathfinder, which Dave's dropping that video real soon. The new Pathfinder there's been some leaked photos of that, as well as the new, what's up, Marty? As well as the new Armada. There is this design feature right here. Okay, that in the new Armada, it's down lower, and it has like this kind of vent or scoop or whatever. That's in both of those vehicles. That's a very big design feature. What's that?
Rogue has a little bit of that too.
It's a design feature that we've seen from Nissan a couple times. I'm thinking that That's been something that's, one of their designers likes it. It's done well in study groups or focus groups or whatever. So
pictures.
yeah, leak pictures possibly. So that's a design feature, and this is we're just trying to show you why we think that this. I mean, we know from our source, but we're trying to convince people why we think that this is such a legit thing. And I'm trying to convince people by showing you some of the things that add to the credibility of the picture.
Hey, well, Danny, right off bat, let's talk about the grill, because
yes.
I mentioned it in my video. There's no V-motion there, but you have to realize that this is not a tamed down version of this truck. This is if it's a Nismo, this is supposed to be exaggerated and everything. So you're going to see a V-motion grill in the normal production truck. So we can talk a little bit about that people are like, well, it doesn't have V-motion, so it can't be the real truck.
Yeah, so the V-motion, this is obviously it's looking like the Nismo version, MO, and it's either the Mo version or the Nismo version, right? 2, this grill screams Warrior, right?
Yes.
Especially this this looks like the Titan logo. I could see where people get the Titan thing, because that has the Titan logo feel to it, right? So there's the one thing where the people might be like, oh, that's why it looks Titan. It has that. This is like a Titan line. You know what I'm saying, Dave? It's a line on the grill. So I see that. I will say these wheels are all Nissan. They are exactly like what Nissan has been designing on the Pro 4X, on the Armada, not the Patrol, Armada, and same with the Pro 4X Titan. Those are Nissan wheels through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Thirdly, I kind of lost track. Sorry, guys. I'm not reading your comments. Comment to one another while I'm going through this, because I'm really thinking hard. This takes a lot of brain power over here while I'm thinking, and then we'll get to the comments here. Lastly, maybe, or second to lastly, fourthly, seventhly, whatever. The color scheme and the additions of the red tow hook, the red lines on the fenders, on the grill, those are very Nissan as far as how they've been doing their trucks. If you look at the new Pro 4X with all the little red highlights all over it, you can see, down here in the wheel, just on the center cap, they got a little highlight there. Those are super Nissan things that we've seen a lot of in their trucks recently. Last but not least, Dave, obviously this is a glaring thing, is these lights right here, straight Warrior concept lights.
Yeah.
Those came straight from it. They obviously liked them on the Warrior concept. They like them on this truck. You know what? There's light behind this thing that's really screwing with my...
We see.
Well,
hey, the roof lights, man, is just a very Nissan thing in general. Whether it be the Pro 4X Xterra, they like putting roof lights in vehicles.
Yeah, this is there's a lot to be said for this truck as far as what we're seeing here. Obviously, special edition situation. This is not something that, with a truck sitting this high and that big of tires and those big fenders, they're not going to get their baseline MPGs and their highway safety standards off of a truck like this. They're going to make a base model and send that over to testing. Obviously the base model is going to be much lower to the ground. It's probably not going to have this bumper. That bumper is not aerodynamic at all, because obviously the tire is wide out there in the middle. But you know what? This is the real deal. We spent a lot of time making sure that our sources are legitimate, and we've corroborated through other. Maybe you can talk about this a little bit, Dave, about how we've corroborated our sources. And again, we're not going to just throw our sources out to the general public. People are like, hey, what sources? If you don't state your sources, it's not legit.
Yeah.
How about we just tell everybody who's going to get fired? I'm not
get people fired, nor am I out to ruin my sources. But so, what was your question again, Danny?
Sorry, just the corroboration of where.
Oh,
so we got this picture, right? And we've spent some time corroborating this
today. with meetings I had.
Yeah, we're still corroborating it, and everything has always pointed straight to this is in fact what Nissan has been looking at and has been designing, has been working. This thing has door handles, people. This thing has all the things that puts it past just straight up concept vehicle, or at least I mean, I know the Warrior is the same, but at the same time, this is like a very close to production vehicle from everything that we see from this picture, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Well, you know what stands out for me for this particular model, and maybe the base model will get that, the way the bumper mounts is flat, and you know what that lends itself to?
Yeah.
Aftermarket custom bumpers.
It does big time. And as well, it's easier. I think I thought about that a lot. It's easier to put a regular bumper in there. It's a simple body line for them to just whack off a nice little bumper. I can see how if you take off the front and rear fenders and run a regular fenders, this is a squared off body. The mirrors look like every Nissan mirror on the mirrors are Titan-ish. They're a lot more Titan-ish than they are Frontier. But that's a similar style of mirror that you would see, like tow mirror, kind of Titan mirror. But those are very similar to what's going on. But if you pull the fenders off this thing and put a regular bed and a regular front fenders on, you can see like that's the new Frontier. That this right here in the center, that's the Frontier. The other stuff is probably all we'll say Nismo inspired, excitement expired. The front bumpers is probably that stuff is all interchangeable to whatever they kind of want. Stamp some different size or different style fenders or whatever. However, I think that this is kind of a home run as far as the route that Nissan is going, and I'm really, really stoked about it. I think it's a really, really tough looking truck and innovative. That is the most important thing I think we both pulled from this.
Yeah, Nissan, and I think part of the delay for this vehicle is Nissan knows the Frontier is their bread and butter in the truck department. They sell a ton of the 15-year-old version they sell now. They still sell about 7,000 a month pre-COVID. Now we don't know what the world's like, currently, but so I really think just at the rough design styles we see here, dude, this could be a 10 to 15,000 a month vehicle for Nissan. Which now is that what Tacoma's doing right now? No, but yeah. Nissan, they're really about maxed out as is, man.
Yeah, and I mean, if you say 10 to 15, that's still up 50 to 100. No, I'm sorry, that would be up 150% up. I mean, they were selling what, 6,000 a year?
They'll build about 6,500 a year, and I think this truck could hit 100,000 a year.
Yeah, it's. I think it would turn into a home run. They have to come out with something innovative. They have to come out with something that's. I mean, the Toyota didn't change a ton recently. I think this is the time that they need to jump on that. I think the Raptor is a little soft. Or I'm sorry, not the Raptor. The Ranger is really soft. Very soft body lines. Nothing.
Well, the FX version of it, this sort of off-road version, you could never tell from the normal version.
Yeah, it's soft. You know what? And it's soft, kind of like what the Navara would have been. The MP300 had it shown up in the States. So I'm gonna change this right now because we've all looked at it. We've had a good. We'll keep it just there so you can feel it. But yeah, the ZR2 would be what would kind of show up next to this. I think the ZR2 is kind of one of the more the Chevy Colorado ZR2, whatever it is. Yeah. That would be probably in line with the most extreme mid-sized truck that we've seen.
I say this, Dan, this really outshines, if this were to be the production, say, Nismo Frontier, this outshines the Chevy because, yeah, the ZR2, you get a lot of cool things. You're getting a front locker, rear locker, and a little bit of a different front bumper, but body style, it's still a basic Colorado.
And and it's not a beautiful truck. And that thing comes out with such a front rake that it is like it is so stink bugged that it almost just totally destroys the look of the truck, in my opinion.
Right. Now, and it may work well, but this looks, I think Nissan knows if you want to sell, I read an article today, and they were talking about our post of this on the NNP, and they referenced us about this, which was really cool. But they were talking that the normal in normal midsize trucks, there's about a 50% markup on them from what cost is to actual retail, we'll say.
Yeah.
So they're saying that like the Raptor trucks like that have about 125% markup.
Yeah.
So you see Nissan wants to get into this market.
Yeah. It's definitely something that would really, really help the brand. We've talked about this a million times, but at the same time, it needs to happen, and they cannot just push the 2020 out and last. If this doesn't come out in 2021, if I was a shareholder and the shareholder meeting happened, I would be screaming at the top of my lungs, get that truck out that I saw online from the Nissan Nation production guys. Get that truck to market, make it amazing, and stop effing about. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as we wrap this down a little bit, the one disaster that could happen with this is Nissan marketing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We've all seen it, and you know what? It's been in some of the slightly lesser media outlets, on YouTube and stuff. We've heard it from so many people. We've talked about it, and the marketing has been terrible at best, as far as the Titan launches and some of the car launches and stuff like that. So Cody there, Captain Packrat One there, he's got a question he says, do you feel it might be released a few years late? Everyone else has brought out new trucks and Nissan still hasn't released anything. Cody, I don't think how can it be late if you haven't released anything new in 15 years? Yeah, that's true.
Is it late if you think the Tacoma was a pretty major shift in Toyota's look? I mean, maybe, but anything better. I mean, I like the current Frontier, but after 15 years of the same vehicle, I mean, anything would be never too late,
Yeah, at this point, they have to start releasing new vehicles if they want to be relevant at all. They have to refresh almost their entire lineup. They've had a couple cars pop out, but they really need to refresh their lineup. And unfortunately, it takes a lot of money in R&D and whatnot. But they really have to put some work in. And they have to be very cognizant of the soul of the Nissan brand instead of just cookie cutter regular Joe junk cars. If they want to build any excitement, what's up?
Here's an exclusive for you, Danny.
Yeah.
So talking to one of my sources, we got COVID going on, which is a bummer, obviously.
Yep.
And they've already pushed Frontier back. I was told by a trusted source that they were going to show the base, the basic Frontiers at Chicago Auto Show. So they pushed it back.
Right.
Next auto show was going to be New York Auto Show, which is not a truck show, which was going to lead to Detroit, which I really felt like Detroit would be the one place that I would show it at Detroit. So they've been pushing it back because they know this thing's got to be a home run. Well, then COVID hits, and now guess what? I got confirmation that Rogue has been pushed back 60 days.
Yeah.
Been pushed back 60 days. And guess what else has been pushed back 60 more days?
Yep.
The Frontier guys. So I seen DDS was asking about when do we think this thing would be released. At earliest now, you're looking at the Texas State Fair. That's the earliest you're ever going to see this vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It's right now it's totally the uncertainty of the future right now is all over the map. There's all kinds of postulations about what's going on, and of course things are going to get pushed. And so that's just the way the cookie's crumbling right now. But if they want to make any waves in the future when things open back up, I just truly believe that they have to be innovative. And if their motto is innovation that excites, they better bring innovation. They better bring a new Z. They better bring a new Frontier, and all these other junk cars, not junk, but as far as styling and excitement. There's nothing innovative going on with a lot of their stuff. And we've seen a ton of electric stuff from them, which is great. You know what? They're moving towards the future with that, but they can't lose sight of the American man and his ability to buy cars.
Speaking of innovation that excites, Aria, Danny, it's coming.
Aria.
It was the Aria concept they released last fall sometime, where it was the electric SUV. It's coming, and guess what? It got pushed 60 days back too. But when you see Aria, guys, that's going to be for Nissan. Obviously, electric is a game changer versus gas, but in the Frontier, obviously, is going to be like their Halo truck. But Aria is coming, and when you guys see Aria, when you see the production version and the things you can do with this electric vehicle, it's going to scare Tesla a little bit. But I'm still hearing rumors, Dan, that Maxima's going electric too.
I could totally see that. Maxima hasn't done anything amazing with their, with what they have. And I could see that going electric and trying to compete on the electric scale because of the stylings there. It's just with the motors that they put into it with the front wheel drive, and it's nothing that really it's nothing that excites.
Yeah, think this all-wheel drive electric Altima.
Maxima. Yeah, that would be a fantastic car. The styling's better than a Tesla,
Well, it makes sense because the Aria is about on the same platform as Maxima, so they release them both together, and that's going to be great. Let's see. I've got time for one more question here, Dave, for I need to run, but it says Nissan screwed the pooch on the IDX. That thing was sold like hotcakes. I agree, Cody. I agree. And I was in a meeting today with some Nissan people, and I basically called them out on it. I was like, you guys can do brilliant things with concept vehicles. And then I was like, you just dropped the ball and like, oh, let's go back to Altima. We're selling a bunch of them. We'll just talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we've talked about that quite a bit on the podcast, on some of our live videos, and so the IDX would have been such a cool car. We were so excited when we saw that, and eventually the IDX was the same as the Warrior. Everybody wanted the Warrior, and everybody wanted the IDX, and and we saw nothing from it. So. Appreciate it, Dave. Thanks for hopping on with me and chatting about this. There was just some things
I'm gonna keep watching you here. I got something I gotta take care of real quick.
Yeah, buddy. And we'll talk to you later, bud.
Hey, and for those watching Sunday night, come on over and talk
Sunday
with me
night.
On the channel.
Yeah, buddy. All right, man. There you go. My co-host for the Nissan Nation Productions. You see that? I changed my sponsorship there on the race truck. If any of you don't know about the race truck, then you need to go back and watch my channel, by the way. You know what? Thanks, guys, for stopping by. This isn't going to be a long video tonight. I just wanted to chat with Dave and you guys and give my take on the truck. I didn't get a full chance to, but I appreciate DVS Real. What race truck? I know I talk about it all the time. But thanks for stopping in and having a Wednesday chat and breaking up the week. I thank you all for stopping in. Don't forget to check out Dunanit Apparel, Dunanit.com, I think it is, or just Google Dunanit. Dunanit. This guy sells fun stuff. He's a young entrepreneur trying to just sell some swag. Really cool cat. I'm not sponsored. I bought this stuff. Great cat. He's got a badass 4Runner. That's long travel. He's got like a Tundra front clip on it. Maybe a SoCal thing. Maybe you're into it. Maybe you're not. But check him out. He's a cool cat. And we do desert race stuff out here. So from all things here in my garage, I am DagrootX. Thanks for stopping by, my brothers. See you later.